Is President Biden going to commit to a debate with Donald Trump?
That's something for the campaign to speak to.
Well, we know when the debates are going to be. We know where they're going to be. Is he going to go?
You should speak to the campaign.
In 2020, once it got down to one-on-one, Joe Biden said, "I can hardly wait to debate him." How about now?
I'm going to sound like a broken record. You should reach out to the campaign.
Why is this a campaign thing?
Because it's an election. It's a debate for the 2024 presidential election.
I'm not asking what argument he is going to make at a debate. I'm just at.
It's
Okay,
not
do you get?
It's not an we're not talking about arguments. You're talking about his attendance.
You
You
get a
need to
lot of
talk to the
questions in
campaign.
here about these polls concerning the president's age and his acuity. Do you think that it is going to quiet concerns about the president's age and acuity if he decides not to debate?
What I can say about that is not talking about the debate. That's something for the campaign to speak to. Not going to speak about that. To your question about age, I think I sort of answered that. I mean, you're going to see the State of the Union tomorrow. You're going to hear the president lay out his plans. You're going to hear a president who has had a successful 3 years of progress. Still a lot more work to be done, but a progress nonetheless, and how he's going to build on that. Bless you. Did you say something? Well,
No,
okay. Some fun here on Wednesday afternoon, but he wouldn't have been able to get. It's all seriousness. You saw the graphics behind me. You saw what the president has been able to do. 14.8 million jobs, unemployment under 4%, continuing to find ways to lower costs. We saw that when he made the announcement on junk fees. You saw what he's been able to do for the American people internationally as well, protecting our national security, being a leader as we're trying to fight a dictator, as Ukraine is fighting a dictator, that is Mr. Putin. And this is because of the president's leadership. It really is. I mean, 36 years in the Senate, 8 years as vice president, that counts for something. That counts for experience. That counts for having these relationships. That counts for knowing how to get things done. And the president wants to build on that. He does. And not only that, when people were saying he couldn't get things done in a bipartisan way, he was able to do that. Infrastructure, it was a punchline in the last administration. It was a joke. Now we actually have an infrastructure decade. You think about what we've been able to do for our veterans in the PACT Act, really help our veterans. You think about the Chips and Science Act, which is bringing home manufacturing. 800,000 jobs have been created. This is what the president's been able to do. And guess what? That's because of his experience.
And so just for clarity, it's possible that there will be no Joe Biden, Donald Trump debates.
Is that what you're excited about? Is that what you want to see?
I would
Because
love
you keep
to see
asking
Joe
me. You've
Biden
asked
and
me
Donald
about
Trump
3,
debate.
4, 5 different times in different ways,
How
and
would
I've said
President Biden do in a debate? I'm not asking a question about a specific debate. I'm just asking how would he do in a debate?
Can I just
know
say
it's been
something?
4 years since
You
he's done.
literally saw just last year, back in January 2023, at the last State of the Union, take on Republicans during giving a major speech. He took them on. As they were heckling him, he took them on and said he was going to fight for programs, essentially said he was fighting for programs that the American people needed. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. He stood there and fought for the American people. I mean, that was pretty impressive. Some of you all reported on that. Okay, I'm going to keep going.